Good evening. I'm going to speak about this lady, Sarah Jane Baker, who's taken upon herself to incite as much hate and crime as she can and violence against people. Why a person like this should never be allowed to speak publicly again. She's just no good. Sarah Jane Baker went to prison for the attempted murder and kidnapping of Darren Sheridan, Baker's stepmother's brother. Now, this is something he got 30 years in London, which is a high charge. Sheridan, who was victimized by Baker when he was a teenager, is now 52 years old, a hospital worker who said he was savagely beaten and tormented by both Baker and her brother over a 24-hour period. He said he feared for his life. He said she's a dangerous, violent person and that he still has scars from the encounter. I think it's extreme to have those kind of views. I know he still has anger issues and he had no right to say he should punch someone in the face if they don't agree with them. This is a guy that went and cut off his manly organs while in prison to make a successful bid to get the prison to give him estrogen. Then was convicted in prison again for the attempted murder of another prisoner. Baker was attending London Trans Pride and is a vocal member of that group. He was given a chance to speak at the event and told the crowd that women who believe biological sex is real should be punched in the effing face. I was going to come here and be really fluffy, Baker said, as he assembled the crowd at the London Trans Pride, and be really nice and say, yeah, be really lovely and queer and gay. Nah, if you see a TERF, punch them in the face. Now, this is why he should never be allowed to talk whatever. A grown person can be whoever they want. I think if people disagree with other people's own issues, it's better to have a debate about it than threaten people. By telling the crowd to punch a TERF, she clearly says that she has anger issues still, and she is still a violent person. As to this ordeal, Sheridan described it as one that he's not so sure he would survive, and both Baker brothers were sentenced to 7 years in prison for it. She endured an additional sentence for attempting to strangle a fellow inmate to death. So this is a man that turned into a woman who should not be a spokesman for anybody except for those that have attempted murder at least once. The Baker brothers were not all that remorseful for what they did, which included beating, forced sex acts before tying up and left for dead. If paramedics hadn't found him, he would have died within the hour. The issue between the Baker brothers and Sheridan was a family dispute in which Sheridan said was not a part. He still suffers emotional scars as well as physical ones, including marks from where the Baker brothers put out cigarettes on his neck. I thought I was going to die, but in the court case, they said the only thing they regretted about it was that they couldn't break me. Do you really want this person being your spokesman for anything? Thank you.